Holland, which is called Friesland.
Yeah.
And
Welcome.
thank you. And this is Nynke. And the first question I have for you is pretty simple. I've been driving here. It took me an hour to get here from the center of Holland in the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. And all I can see everywhere is Dutch flags, but not normal. No. They're upside down. Yeah. And as a tourist, I'm wondering what the heck is going on? What is going on?
What is going on? Well, what you see is the protest of the Dutch people who don't agree on what the government is trying to do. They're all the COVID regulations and putting farmers out of job, getting control of food supplies and all that, and that's what you see the flags is turned upside down for.
But I can see more properties with the upside down flags than without.
Yeah.
They are the majority of farms up here in the north.
Yeah.
So what is the government doing about this? Are they reacting to it?
No, they don't. They just keeping doing what they're doing, putting farmers out of business. But the people don't agree with it. So that's what you see. But they can't express themselves through the politics or anything. It's not a democracy anymore. It's the politicians are now
corrupt.
Corrupt. I don't dare to say that, but the majority of the politicians is not doing what their people want anymore.
They're not serving the people anymore.
No, they're not. Absolutely not.
Who are they serving?
Who are they serving? Yeah. Do you know? This is the globalists, I think.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense. It's not good for Holland what they're doing.
Before when we met a few hours ago, you said that back when your parents first started farming, the Dutch government, they actually gave you incentives to start farming. They wanted you to farm.
Yeah,
and
they
now
stimulated them.
Now
they weren't my parents, but they were my grandparents in the late 50s, at the beginning of the 60s, and of course the starvation after World War II was in their mind. So they asked people, okay, here you got the land and start a farm and then produce food for us. And now they're just doing the opposite. While there are way more people, way more mouths to feed. That's crazy. And they say it's because of sustainability and because of climate, but the Dutch farmers are the most sustainable farmers in the world. So that doesn't make sense to put them out of job.
Okay, so I went to a hotel in near Utrecht, and I saw this poster that said "sustainable living." It had all the colours around it.
Yeah.
Is this part of the World Economic Forum, or what is it?
I think so. Yes, the sustainable goals are part of the World Economic Forum. Yes, it is.
So why is Holland being targeted for this first, do you think?
I don't know why Holland is the first one to do it. I don't know. Maybe because Mark Rutte is one of the favorites of Klaus Schwab. I don't know.
That is your prime minister. Or
that's
premier?
our prime minister.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of good farmers, and we produce a lot of food. And if they take away the food, they have control of the people. I mean, if you control the food, you control the people. Do you know? Do you mean what I say? They take away the food and they take away the most sustainable farms in the world, and then then that's
people will be desperate.
Yeah, they will. They will do anything to do what the government wants them to do.
So how is the government actually driving farmers out of business, though? What does that mean?
They have all these idiot regulations, like something like nitrogen. But if you really want to do something about climate change or sustainability, then you should stop driving a car, stop flying, stop flying the jets, and that's not what they're doing. That they keep on doing that, but they say, okay, stop the farmers, because they told us for about 5 or 10 years now that they're not sustainable, but it isn't. The Dutch farmers are the most sustainable farmers in the world, so it doesn't make sense.
So what do you think they're trying to actually do? And I know this can be an opinion.
Yeah.
What are they actually trying to do?
Well, they're trying to create food shortage, so they have control. And after they have control, they say, okay, we have the food, and they will have the fabrics of insects and bugs, and let us eat all that. But it sounds crazy, but that's what that's what they're doing.
Okay, so with all the flags, like I said, I drove for an hour and a half, and there was so many, maybe 500 flags upside down. Yeah. Surely the people are talking about this. Yeah, do people know what's happening?
I don't know if they see the whole picture. Well, some of they do, but I don't know if all the people see the big picture, like all the COVID regulations and you need a digital pass to go to a restaurant during the COVID period, but they let us get used to that. But there are more and more people who see that this doesn't feel good. I mean, our gas and gasoline prices and the prices of energy have risen so high in a couple of weeks or months. That's not normal. It's not due to, of course, the war in Ukraine. That's bullshit.
It's an excuse.
It's an excuse to make the Dutch people poor and take away their houses and do all the regulations that are not good for Holland.
Now, watching from Australia, I'm not sure if you know this, but me and my audience, we see what the Dutch farmers are doing, and we think it's incredible because it's very peaceful, but it's also very loud in a peaceful way. I saw the bike that they did on the bike tour, and I thought that is the most amazing thing I've seen. And I was just
cry for help.
It was very clever. It's very clever because you can run in the streets and yell and scream, but what you have been doing is, for me, it's more meaningful. What is next? What is next for the Dutch farmers?
Oh, I really don't know. They tried so many things to protest with the tractors, but now the Dutch government says, okay, if you go on the street with a tractor, well, we take your tractor. And I mean, you can't have that as a farmer because you need it for your job. But that's how far it is that they say, okay, we'll take the tractor. We have the flags like a cry out for help and all these things, but I don't know what's next. Maybe it's getting really worse. They try to not deliver the food. I mean, we produce food and not taking it to the store, but you know, it doesn't hurt the government, it hurts the people. And that's what you don't want. You want the government to say, okay, we're not on the right track, we'll do something else, but they don't care. I mean, if farmers keep their products at home, that's just what they want because it creates food shortage. That's what they want.
But can the people buy direct from the farmer? That would affect the government.
Yes, well, they could, but that happens more and more. So, well, maybe that happens, but I think Dutch people are so used to going to a store and then 7 days a week, almost 20 hours a day, they can buy everything they want. So they're a little spoiled, and it needs to get even worse before something like that happens.
But you're not the Dutch farmers. They're very proud people, I imagine, especially up here in Friesland. So they're not going to give up.
No, certainly not. No,
Good.
No.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, no. The only thing they want to do is they keep their farms and give their farms to their children, and then produce food. Yeah. That's the only thing they want to do. And they're the only thing. We got the right climate. We got the right infrastructure. We got the knowledge. We got the people. We got the brains and the muscles. And the only thing we don't have is a government that well, they don't let us do that. Yeah. So that's stupid. That's the only thing we gotta get.
We need to replace Parliament.
We need to. We definitely need to replace Parliament because the ones are in there right now. They're not doing what's best for Holland. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's best. What they're doing. It doesn't make sense.
So we're going to finish soon. Do you have one message? Let's say the whole world is watching right now. Let's pretend the whole world is watching. And you had just one thing to say to them. It doesn't have to be about farming. It could be about anything. What would you want the world to hear?
Well, it starts with food. So, it's so simple. But no farmers, no food. So let's let's try the Dutch farmer to continue their farms and produce food on a very sustainable way. That would help a lot.
Well, my lasting message would be find a farmer that you can support directly, buy from small farmers markets, not from the big grocery stores, and you might think you're just one person, but if everyone did it, it would make a huge difference.
And it would support them in the feeling that we need them.
We
need
support them.
Farmers. Without farmers, there's no food.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, from Australia to Holland, we support you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Keep producing the milk and the food, and
thank you for being here and paying attention to all this. And thanks for your support.
Yeah. Let's hug.